Alright, a quick video on how to configure the program. You have the config up here and it shows you all the lists of everything you can configure. It's a little confusing at first. If you use the unlock frames, it will show you the name of each one of the frames in the settings so that you know which one you're adjusting, what it changes. So you can place the frames wherever you want. They work pretty much like SOTOR did, and you can customize it any way you wish. The important thing is to click the apply button at the bottom whenever you apply, and it will refresh the screen. So many of the items in items, like this is your bag inventory. If you use your own bag system, then you should probably disable it. But I make sure you remove the auto guild repair because by default it's on. Unit frames is pretty much the frames like whenever you're attacking NPCs. I put it in classic mode so it doesn't change the colors of the NPC, and I also have it to show health because I found it was the default setting is kind of annoying with arrows and changes colors and all that, so basically just putting it back to WoW standard. Raid frames, there's pretty much not much you can change in this. I have it to show pets because I'm a hunter, but you can play around with this. I haven't really played with it that much. Action bars, the common one is just the default buttons, basically how they react, so I kept it as is. The main action bars and all the other bars, I removed the shading so that they're always on because I prefer having them always visible, but you can customize that however you want. So the main action bar is your basically your two rows here are the main action bars. The right bar, the multi-action bar is the one, these 6 buttons here and 6 buttons here, and the right action bar is this one down here. That you can move them wherever you want them, but that's how I have them laid out, so I don't have them hiding, fading, or hover fading. I don't have it on for any one of them. I disabled it so that they're always visible because I kind of prefer that. The rest of the options are pretty straightforward. The only other one that's not straightforward is the other section. So in this one, the summon pet default is on, and it's really annoying to have your pet randomly spawn, so I removed that. I also removed it to stop taking screenshots every time you do an achievement because it just, less taxing on the system. And I also removed the hide interface when AFK. So when you log in, by default the bar is kind of just empty until you click on it or start moving, and then it will activate. So this kind of removes that, so you don't have to click on it all the time to get it going. And those are just some of the basic features of the program and what I had to set up to get it to work. So try it out. You can customize it however you want. The major thing though that's important is here you have the import settings button. This actually allows you to also export the settings, so when you get it to the way you like, you want to export it into a notepad or whatever, so you can save the settings, so if ever they do reset on you for whatever reason, you can just import it back and not have to try and readjust everything manually the old-fashioned way. So something I learned, if ever your main buttons become like duplicates where one row is this, like both rows are the same icons, all you have to do is log out, log back in, and it will fix that. So it's a minor issue that I've seen. I think it might have to do with some of my hotkeys, but I haven't figured it out 100%. So that's just a quick view for what the program does. So basically it's the same as having bartender, your Titan bar, and the Bagnon add-on. It's all in one, so all your buttons by default are up here for the traditional WoW buttons, so you can access anything from directly up here. It goes through. So the other neat thing is anything that was around your minimap for the old WoW style, all those icons are built into the minimap on this one. So like my group finder is going to show up bottom right corner. So it does take a bit of getting used to, but everything is basically internal to the section, so it gives you more screen space. So far I like it. There's a couple of things that I'm still working on to improve, like the bag system. Whenever I go to the bank, which I could probably show now, I made the bag slots bigger right now, so it's more of a wider frame instead of a upper frame by default. And I'm hoping that this will allow me to see my bag, because yeah, see, that's a bit better. So originally when I had my normal bags like more in a rectangle going upwards frame, basically, like I had a hard time seeing what I had in my guild bank because it puts the frame right over top, so it was going off screen basically. So that would be it was really annoying. So you can just easily configure it here in the items, inventory size and rows, so you can adjust it at whatever you feel comfortable with. So by default it's set to 20 rows or 20 icons per row basically. So I put it to 30 and maximize the rows a bit more to make it a bit longer, wider, so that it would take less screen space. But you can play around with that. But questions, let me know.